I found an immortality pill someone tossed away. It gave me endless life, but not true immortality. A fatal blow could still kill me. To survive in this world, I became a wandering beggar. Year 2 of wandering. I met another beggar kid just like me. He offended the wrong rich guy and got beaten to death. Year 3. I saw an evil cultivator massacre an entire village for power. Just one glance from him nearly knocked me out cold. I ran for 3 days straight before I dared to stop. That's when it hit me. This world is deadly. I need to get stronger fast. Otherwise, even with eternal life, someone could just take it. I pulled up the longevity system. Got it 3 years ago with the pill. My talent stat? Just one word. None. Cultivation was off the table, so I had no choice but to lay low and survive. I drifted to a village called Zeluo and saw an old blacksmith at work. The moment he struck that hammer, my system lit up. Observe blacksmithing, forging EXP +1. My eyes just lit up. Can't cultivate? Fine, I'll grind life skills instead. The old blacksmith Chen took me in as his apprentice. He said, "Stay with me. When I'm old, you'll take care of me." He looked at me with kind eyes. I kowtowed 3 times right there. From that day on, I was Shenan, the blacksmith of Zeluo. With his guidance, my system went into overdrive. Others forged iron for a living. I forged iron for EXP. Touch metal? EXP +1. Stand near the forge? Fire affinity +1. Anything metal related, my EXP bar just exploded. My master spent his whole life reaching high-level blacksmith. I got there in 6 months. I could cut through iron like butter, but I stayed cautious. System said I hit master tier. I still called myself an apprentice. Keep a low profile, always. I stayed in Zeluo taking care of my master. 2 peaceful years passed. I thought I could live quietly forever, but trouble doesn't care what you want. Bandits hit the next village over, even killed the kids. Zeluo formed a militia. The captain was Zhao Dazhuan, but all he had was a rusty cleaver. No way he'd survive. I looked at my aging master and finally made a choice. I don't look for trouble, but I won't let my home get destroyed either. That night I took out my savings. I had no spiritual power, just decades of forging knowledge. I poured everything I knew into one blade. The sword gleamed cold. No spiritual energy, just pure, deadly sharpness. I left it at Zhao's door. No name, no trace. Just wanted to protect my home. When the bandits came, everyone hid in the mountain cave. I helped my master to a corner, pretending to be scared. Less than half an hour later, Zhao stumbled back, covered in wounds, holding my sword. He looked dazed. "They're all dead!" The villagers rushed to ask. His voice shook. "This blade is insane!" I just swung once and the bandit, horse armor and all, got split clean in half. The cut was so smooth, like slicing tofu. I took down a dozen bandits without breaking a sweat. I smirked quietly in the corner. They had no idea what a true master blacksmith could do. 30 peaceful years flew by in a blink. For me, just a moment. For mortals, half a lifetime. Master Chen grew old and frail and finally passed away. Meanwhile, I still looked like a teenager. To avoid suspicion, I learned disguise skills from the system. Drew wrinkles, dyed my hair white, pretended to age with everyone else. The day I buried my master, I knelt at his grave and kowtowed 3 times. "Master, rest in peace. I kept my promise, took care of you till the end." He was the first person I'd bury, but definitely not the last. After the funeral, I became the new owner of the forge. But people started whispering, "Why doesn't he age?" I knew it was time to leave Zeluo. To hide my immortality, I'd have to change identities every few decades. One stormy night, the legendary blacksmith of Zeluo vanished. 100 miles away in Songju village, a new outsider named Zhou showed up. I went back to blacksmithing. I took in a homeless kid as my apprentice and named him Ling Chen. This kid was different. He had main character energy written all over him. No spiritual roots, but stubborn as hell, just like me back then. In my free time, I compiled all my insights into a manual. 5 years of forging, 3 years of crafting. I gave it to Ling Chen as a textbook. He scratched his head, confused. "Master, this is way too advanced. I don't understand any of it." I tapped his forehead lightly. "Can't understand it? Then memorize it first. Keep it in your heart. That's your destiny." The kid was a hard worker. With just a mortal body, he reached master tier. I was ready to retire in peace. But then the longevity system flashed. Forging Dao has reached perfection. To ascend to ancient divine artifact, forge a life-bound divine weapon. I glanced at the worn-out folding fan in my hand. Might as well use this. I poured decades of insights into it. Space, causality, everything. No heavenly tribulation, no golden light. When I struck the final blow, the fan awakened. It floated into the air on its own. Mountains and rivers appeared on its surface. I casually waved it forward. Looked like nothing happened, but I could feel it. The space in front of me was sliced clean through. What I didn't know was, up in the divine realm, chaos had erupted. Several gods in charge of causality were having tea. Suddenly, the river of causality that spanned the divine realm, it just broke. Like an invisible blade had cut it clean in half.